Coming at you live from my home studio in beautiful La Puente, California. This is an unexpected but a very happy edition of All Dodgers Live. And yeah, guys, we'll cut to the chase. Teoscar Hernandez is back. He announced it himself. Jeff Passan announced it, so you know this ish is real. So we're here to react. We're here to celebrate. We're here to talk about the news. And if we got something fun and exciting and actual news, there are fewer people that I would rather talk to. But my guy here, Mr. Jeff Snider, of course you know him. He is one of the fine voices, finest voice of Locked On Dodgers. One of your
There's another voice,
listens.
but mine's finer.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, how's the sickness going? I haven't talked to you in like a week.
I'm doing a lot better. My voice is almost back to normal. I've still got a lingering cough, but it's getting less and less. My wife can stay in the same room with me for, minutes at a time now. So it's good.
That's all we're looking for. Just have them be accepting of you, I guess. The wives, the girlfriends, perhaps
There's
both.
a lot of tolerance in marriage. That's what we've learned, isn't it, Clint?
Or just keeping people around, living under the same roof. You got to tolerate each other. One bit of news I think we all tolerate together here, guys. I was worried that it wouldn't happen. I was worried that maybe it was going to keep getting pushed out further and further. I just wanted some GD Dodgers news, and we finally got Teoscar Hernandez returning to the Dodgers. 3 years, $66 million deal is the reports, confirmed by a number of the legitimate insiders, including Jeff Passan. Teoscar announced as well, I'm back, on his Instagram. Just a good day, a great day for a 2-day late Christmas present. We had the Amazon strike. Our stuff gets here late. I'm still waiting on a present from my dad, and we all got Teo together. What's your immediate thoughts about getting Teoscar back in Dodger Blue for 3 years?
Yeah, it was kind of fun how the news kind of trickled out. First, we got a report from what turned out to be the guy who was the first one to break the news almost a year ago of the Dodgers and Teoscar's first signing. And then Teoscar, like you said, posted, I'm back, which technically could have meant he had signed with the Mariners or Blue Jays or Astros too. But we were pretty sure we knew what it meant. But yeah, Jeff Passan tweeting it was the nail in the, whatever the opposite of a coffin is. And unlike you, I always knew this was going to happen. It made too much sense for it not to happen. Made too much sense from Teo's side, too much sense from the Dodgers side. He was never going to sign with the Reds. No. You don't say, I'm going to take less money to go win a World Series championship with the Dodgers, then win a World Series championship, and then say, I guess I'll go to Cincinnati. No, he was always coming back to the Dodgers. It was just a matter of when and how much and everything. And, it seems like forever to those of us who live and breathe by the Dodgers. It's December 27th, man. I mean, we're still, a day earlier, I think, than when Yoshinobu Yamamoto signed last year or agreed last year. And so it's still relatively early in the postseason. We're about the midway point or the offseason. So, it felt like forever, but it happened, and that's all that really matters.
Yeah, that's the big thing. It felt like forever. You start to get a little worried. Like I had a good amount of confidence, but at different points in time, it starts to wane at least a little bit when things aren't moving. But we see here, for some reason, we could also see my cursor on the screen. But Teoscar, again, back 3 years, $66 million with a fourth-year option. And I think that was the big hang-up. We heard about years. We heard about money. This is less than I thought. My initial number was 380. And by the way, need to shout out the chat. Appreciate you guys being in the chat here. We got a number of super chats as well. We're going to dive into those in just a second. We're going to be here for about 20 minutes or so. Then we're going to jump over to Jeff's channel, Locked On Dodgers, so we'll keep the chat going there. But I love that. He, like you said, he bet on himself. He comes back home. There was never going to be a better fit. Even Boston, who were in on him last year, or at least that's what we hear. But there was still just like the fitment wasn't there. The connection wasn't fully there because he wants to play. He wants to win. And he just loves LA. LA loves him. There would have been, I don't know if there have been rioting on the streets of LA, but it would have been pretty dang close to some torches and pitchforks going on outside of Dodger Stadium. Let's get to a couple super chats I do see in here. We got a $4.99 super chat from Francisco Diaz. Thank you very much. As an amazing late Christmas present. I just realized I can't see one of my screens. Welcome back, Teo, from Francisco. Angel Enriquez, $1.99 says, "Hi, Papa. What's going on, Angel? Appreciate you." And of course, a lot of friends in the chat. Grizzly Oso. I see Noah Ortega. A bunch of people getting in here. I don't want to just be reading names while we have our guy Jeff here, but I said it's kind of a low number to me. I was thinking 380. Is this like, I don't know about reasonable, because any amount of money to play a kid's game feels like a reasonable amount of money, but is this a good deal for the Dodgers and Teoscar?
I think it is. I'm with you. At the beginning of the offseason, I expected something more. Like, I was surprised that when we started hearing that Teo wanted 3 years and people were only wanting to give him 2 years, because I thought it would be more like he would want 4 or 5 and teams were only willing to go 3.
Yeah.
And same with you on the money. I kind of expected somewhere between 380 and 400, something like that. And so 3 years, 66 million with some deferred money probably drops the actual luxury tax hit down to about 20 million a year. All in all, it's very affordable for the Dodgers. It's definitely a good deal for the Dodgers. And when you look at Teoscar's defensive limitations, his age, all those things, I think it's still a pretty darn good deal for him. And, based on what the market is, as we learned over the last few weeks what it looked like the market was going to be, this makes sense. And when we kind of started hearing these numbers, Teo wants 3 years and $22 to $24 million a year. It's like, no brainer. Go get him, Dodgers.
Yeah, we have a chat that says Tommy Lasagna saying 3 years, 66 sounds like a bargain. And I mean, after we saw Juan Soto get the enormous sum that he got, obviously Teoscar Hernandez was not going to get that kind of money, but still, he earned his right to hang out there as long as he wanted and see if he can get himself. If it turns out to be an extra 5, or I don't know, maybe 5 million is probably a reasonable amount. But if he had an opportunity to go somewhere and get himself an extra 5 million a year, even if the fit is so great in LA, if we're talking about $15 million, that's just a very, very much a game changer. So luckily for Dodgers fans, maybe that market did not quite materialize, or at least the market that him and his agent thought was going to be there, and he gets to come home. First, or another thing I got to do though, guys, I got to tell you, of course, about Bet Online. It continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all things online betting. If you bet on Teo returning to the Dodgers, you're a winner today. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, Bet Online provides you with all the action and the ability to watch games as they happen. They have the largest selection of odds on everything from the football, the NBA, college basketball, NHL, UFC. It's all there. Head to Bet Online today. Don't forget to use the promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your welcome deposit on your first welcome bonus first deposit. You guys know the point. Just go to Bet Online, use that code. The game starts here, and I want to dive into some comments here because, again, it's a happy day to be a Dodger fan. It's a great day to be just sitting here having a nice little reaction show. We'll have more reactions over on Locked On Dodgers in just a second. Great question from NS. Who's next? Is it going to be Roki? Is it going to be Tanner Scott? Is it going to be Kike Hernandez? Do we get the Kike Hernandez boys back? Listen, we're Dodgers fans. We were talking about this on Discord earlier. Matt De La Rosa in our Discord chat. And guys, if you want to join us on Discord, sign up on Patreon or on YouTube. Members is $5 a month, and you can join us talking on Discord. Jeff's there. He's usually the voice of reason, as he always is in life. But we're talking about how spoiled we are as Dodgers fans. We go, weeks between this signing and the Conforto signing, and our hands are shaking. We're worried nothing good is ever going to happen to us again. It takes time. There's still a lot of offseason left, and there's still moves to be made for this team. So if you're a gambling man, which we both get paid to talk about gambling, neither of us are necessarily huge gamblers, but you're putting $1 or maybe a hamburger on the next move. Is it Kike? Is it Roki? Is it Tanner Scott? What are you feeling?
I don't think it's Roki, just because the Dodgers can't sign Roki for another 19 days. And I think the holdup on this was the holidays. I think the Dodgers' offer to Teo has been out there, and Teo's been likely to take that offer. I think Dave Roberts was telling the truth a week and a half ago when he said, I think we're close on Teo. I think he was right. I think he was telling the truth. And I think this is the offer that's been out there. And Teo was enjoying his holidays. And now, let's get down to business. And I think there's going to be a lot of that with the Dodgers. Let's get down to business now that, we're past the holidays. We're about to start the new year. And let's boom, 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 get Kike back, get Tanner Scott, and then get Roki Sasaki. I'm almost as sure about Kike as I was about Teoscar. I was 164% sure about Teoscar Hernandez. I'm actually only 93% sure that Kike's coming back. I'm a good 71.3% sure that Tanner Scott will be a Dodger. And I'm 197% sure Roki Sasaki is going to be a Dodger.
Jeff, this isn't the numbers show. We don't do math. I don't even know the percentages of all these. But if you're feeling it in your cockles or your subcockle region, I'll believe it. There's some more details here from Jack Harris, LA Times. $15 million club option, like we already talked about, a $23 million signing bonus, and the $23 million in deferrals, which was one thing that we heard could have been a hang-up. I agree with you. I said this on the last stream we did here on the channel, myself and Kevin Skinner, who was unable to join this afternoon. But I was thinking that as well. I mean, we've heard about the deferrals, but I was thinking, listen, the holidays are coming up. If they feel like they're close to something, they're grown-ups. They can kind of let it ride and not worry as much about needing to get a deal and pen to paper and all this kind of stuff. You could wait through the holidays. He knows he's not going anywhere and everything's going to be fine. We got through the holidays. Now you get in before 2025 and you feel better about everything. And Dodgers fans feel a whole lot better about Teo coming home. $4.99 from Jay. It says there's still a big pitcher or position signing I feel is coming. Now watch the rest of the offseason. Now we can watch the rest of the offseason relax. This, to me, was a big one. Absolutely. As we got some more super chats, I'll get to those in a second. And again, reminder, for the last time, we'll be on Jeff's channel to continue the conversation shortly. Also, like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. We're trying to get to 9,000 subscribers, and you can help us by just clicking that button. It's free. But one of the worries, and Jeff, you and I have talked about it a couple times already this offseason, you're looking at the outfield, you're looking at the lineup, and there was absolutely a Teoscar Hernandez sized hole in that lineup. You feel pretty decent with that addition of Conforto. You like what Andy Pages could maybe be, down the road. Tommy Edman playing some center field, but it was missing one thumper, a big right-handed bat, and to me, absolutely missing a cleanup hitter because Will Smith is probably not that guy over the course of his career. He's done it well in the past, shouldn't be that guy for a team trying to run it back to back. How important is it getting Teoscar now that it's done, or it's almost done, physicals and all that BS? How important was it for this team to get that man back in that lineup and the clubhouse?
I think it was crucial to get an outfielder. The Dodgers, when you look at who the Dodgers have, they have enough guys. They could have run out a team and probably could have won 92 games in 2025 with what they had. And maybe even more. But there's a lot of uncertainty when your outfield is Andy Pages and Tommy Edman and Michael Conforto and then, Chris Taylor or, whoever else, James Outman, one of those guys. Like, there's a lot of, I hope nobody gets hurt. There's a lot of what is Andy Pages? Can he hit righties in addition to lefties? There's a lot of what is Michael Conforto? Last year, he hit lefties better than righties, but for his career, he's a traditional left-handed hitter who hits righties better. Don't know for sure what he is. Having Teoscar, a guy who he is our everyday, blank fielder. I'm hoping right fielder. Yeah. But he is an everyday guy. And then you can mix and match with what you have. I wouldn't be surprised if they're still in the market. If something came up where, Luis Robert became available at a reasonable price, or something. But Teoscar fills the need right now, and now anything else is just gravy. And so they can go gravy shopping if they so choose to. That sounds fun, huh, Clay? Gravy shopping? Man. But
This is where we're at, huh? We got the main dishes. You got your turkey, you got your ham,
it's
you got
holiday
your
season, man.
stuffing, you got your mashed potatoes. Now, yeah, you get your gravy, whatever your good vegetable is on the side. You look at us, we're not big time vegetable
Veg,
boys.
veg what?
Ve-
I'm not
ve-
familiar with the word.
Vegetable.
I don't know.
You'll be shocked to know people in the chat are quite ecstatic about this signing. Between YouTube and Twitter, we got almost 1,200 live here in the chat. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us or live watching the show. I want to get a couple more of the super chats in here, then we'll definitely talk about more. This is not a super chat, but Sean Klein says grab Roki and it's an A+ off season. I mean, at this point, I feel like you're already near that. You're already near an A of an off season with I like Conforto. I love bringing back Blake Trinan. The addition of Blake Snell to that rotation is huge. Clayton Kershaw's already coming back at some point. And you bring back Teo. I mean, this is a solid A, maybe an A-. You can make it an A+ with Kike. I don't even know how many pluses we add if they add Roki Sasaki, which we keep hearing is the most likely destination. It's between the Dodgers and the Padres, and the Dodgers have a better than 50-50 chance of landing Roki Sasaki. That's the latest from John Heyman. What's your letter grade so far for this offseason, a couple days before the new year?
Yeah, I mean, if we're grading on where I wanted them to be on December 27th, it's already an A+.
Yeah, that's fair.
But if the offseason ended right now and this is all they did this offseason, I'd give it a good, I mean, Blake Snell, Michael Conforto, Teoscar Hernandez. Am I missing any? Was that the
Blake Trinan as well?
Bringing back Trinan. Yeah, I mean, it's a B+ for me right now if they didn't do anything else the rest of the offseason. Although I think that if they actually didn't do anything else, it would probably drop down because we would be disappointed because there is, Roki Sasaki for me makes so much sense and it's just hard to picture him not coming back. And then, for me, kind of the big question is Kike Hernandez because Kike Hernandez coming back would probably require cutting ties with Chris Taylor.
Yeah.
And so that one is maybe less likely. But I'd give it a B+ right now.
I mean, a huge thing for everybody to consider is that at the moment, once the deal is finalized and Teoscar is back on that 40-man roster, that just means James Outman is booted from the 26-man roster as of this moment because he's on there. He would be one of the depth pieces available to the team come opening day. So that's huge. But if you find a way to trade Taylor or if they do find that way to offload Gavin Lux, which maybe they are, maybe they're not. I think there's still some good years in there for Gavin Lux, whether they're in a Dodger uniform or not, we don't know. Did get another $4.99 super chat from Francisco Diaz. Thank you very much, Mr. Diaz. Friedman must have seen the report that Giants were interested in Teoscar and said enough is enough, brought Teo home. Let's go Dodgers and F the Giants. I don't think Andrew Friedman plays that kind of game. And by I mean Andrew Friedman doesn't play that kind of game. He doesn't really get threatened by other teams, other front offices making moves. That's all we need to say about that one, I feel. What else? Sean Allen, $4.99. Thank you very much, Sean. Says you saw the news. So excited. Now let's get Kike. Let's go. Our friend Richie Flores will keep it clean as we can. For Jeff, he says, I'm happier than pigs and shit. Sorry, I already messed that one up. But happier than the Astros at a 2-for-1 trash can sale. Happier than Barry Bonds at a PED store. F the Dodger Stadium parking lot. Happy. God dang it. We're going to keep it clean. It is the Christmas time. Again, overall, just a good day, a great contract for this team. My buddy Kevin Skinner said on Twitter to be able to get in, if it does become a 4-year deal, it's a 4-year, $81 million deal with that option. Andrew Fleeceman, I saw a comment, one of the last shows I did, saying let Friedman cook. Andy cooks again. Brandon cooks again. This is a great deal. It's an absolutely great deal once again.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I told you the other day on my Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, I saw my first sincere fraudman of the offseason. And it's like, I a couple of years ago, I created a little shortcut on my phone where all I have to do is type Toiy, and it types in the offseason isn't over yet. I created another one to quickly type free agency isn't the only way to build a team. But, the Dodgers are pretty big on free agency lately. But yeah, the offseason isn't over yet. It wasn't over yet, an hour ago when people were anxious about Teoscar Hernandez. Everybody's got their different timelines and stuff. But Andrew Friedman has to be pretty confident in his sales pitch, which is, look, Teoscar, everybody in LA loves you. You love everybody in LA. And from experience, we have a good chance to win the World Series. And also, by the way, we'll give you a crap load of money. It may be a slightly smaller crap load than you could get from some other team, but I promise you, you're not going to get 3 guaranteed postseasons if you sign with the Reds or the Giants or the Red Sox. You're not going to get 3 legitimate chances to win a World Series if you sign somewhere else. Remember how much fun that parade was, Teoscar? We're going to give you $66 million to do that 3 more times. Like, Andrew Friedman has the easiest job in the world sometimes when that's the only sales pitch you have to make. And of course, Teo was coming back to the Dodgers.
Yeah. I wonder if you were in the room making that sales pitch. It's definitely not hard to draft that one up. You just need a board and just be like Shohei, Mookie, Freddie, titles. That's all you got to do. I mean, we know Shohei signed here to win 9 more championships, so that's what we're trying to do, and Teoscar helps in that the front end of that leaps and bounds. But what a great looking lineup. Again, I'm gonna keep saying it. It's a good day to be a Dodger fan. It's a great way. I cannot envision another move before the clock strikes midnight heading into 2025. So this is a great way, just a great way to end the year right after Christmas. You think all the fun and all the presents are over, but no. Andrew Friedman had one more gift for us. Getting a lot of people.
I hope you all saw what Clinton just did.
Clinton
just reverse jinxed it, guaranteed us we're getting another move before New Year's Eve. Clint is a clever fox. This guy, always 2 steps ahead.
We have our moments. We have our moments here. One guy who had his moment is our friend IB Strokin, gifting 5 memberships to the YouTube channel. Appreciate you very much. As always, IB Strokin, another great human being there. With that, you guys get access to our Discord server, so you get some information, reach out to me, and I'll get you set up on Discord if that's something you're into. But let's do final thoughts, and then we'll sign off, and then again, we'll be live at about, what you said, about 4:15, I think, 4:15, on your channel.
Yeah, 9 minutes from now, we'll be kicking off over on Locked On Dodgers.
So, the final thoughts, Dodgers win the offseason. I think that's my final thought, and there's still more to come. Dodgers win the offseason. They're going to add more. I throwing random bold predictions out there. I think we're going to see the Dodgers eventually randomly linked to Charlie Morton, because why not? Because I was trying to come
he and Tyler Glasnow are probably friends, right?
They got to be friends. You got to see that. People are going to hate that one. People are going to hate the Charlie Morton, but he's old and could be a veteran, could be, next season's James Paxton type to fill some innings and then be jettisoned or released. And I do think we see a trade where Gavin Lux and some other pieces are shipped somewhere for whatever the deal is. I don't even know. Maybe it's Ryan Helsley or something like that. You'd have to be a pretty good deal to ship him off to the St. Louis Cardinals, but the Dodgers want another reliever. They might not want to spend to get that other reliever. That said, I don't know what
that's
Helsley's.
Probably only if they miss out on Tanner Scott. Maybe.
The Tanner Scott thing. That's money, and we don't know what he's asking. But Andrew doesn't like spending a lot of money on free agency. But SK has final thoughts. Padres still suck. You got a final thought before we get more thoughts on your channel?
I have 2 final thoughts. One is thank you to Noah for pointing out in the chat that I accidentally had my hat forward.
I was going to say
beginning of this, where I was on the wrong channel. Don't worry, we'll be hats forward on Locked On Dodgers in 7 minutes. My other final thought is we forgot the Tommy Edman extension. We were talking about grading the offseason so far. Fair. That's a big one too. So a solid B+. Roki, Kike, and Tanner Scott will make it a with 3 pluses, I think. And we'll take that. Dodgers winning the offseason 2 years in a row. We know that winning the offseason doesn't guarantee a World Series title, but we also learned in 2024 that sometimes you win the offseason and then you win a World Series title.
Hey, listen, as long as you're not the Padres, you can go out there, win an offseason, and win a World Series title. And that's what we're trying to see the Los Angeles Dodgers do. They had a good one today, bringing back their cleanup hitter, bringing back who should be their right fielder in Mr. Teoscar Hernandez. He's home. He says, I'm back on his Instagram. And again, it's a good day. We're continuing the conversation on Locked On Dodgers. Check it out. Appreciate Jeff for coming on to the show last minute. Always fun talking Dodger baseball. And look, we don't even need to worry about having anything ready to talk about when there's good news. I'm happy I didn't do a show last night because I knew news was happening.
Hey, I did a show about Russell Martin's Hall of Fame case, and let me tell you, that does not do numbers.
Listen, I was watching What If. I'm happy with my decision to stick with What If on the Marvel. But guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much for supporting the show. If you are, by hitting that subscribe button, it's the best way to support the channel. Hit the like button. Share the video with your friends, your grandma. Put it on, put it in your mailbox. Put it in your lunch pail. I don't know. I'm just running out of things to say here. That is Jeff Snider. Give him a follow on the Twitter machine at Snydog. Of course, he hosts Locked On Dodgers. Make that one of your first listens, maybe me your first listen, and then make him your second listen. Him and Vince host that show just about every single day, and it's here live on YouTube as well, which is where we're about to go. All Dodgers is presented by Bet Online. I am Real FRG on all the social media machines. Links are in the description. And we'll see you on the next one. Okay, bye.